Okay, oh, so you own everything. So that's all your stuff. Now, you were saying something about the paw. Now, what are you talking about with the paw?
Well, like I was saying, the paw is trademarked. Like I told Snoop, you got rejected and I got accepted. You know what I'm saying? So that was the moneymaker. The paw is like the Apple sign, like I said before. And like I said, they tried to go behind my back and trademark all my work and then flung my face like, yeah, nigga, we got it, nigga. That's all we want, nigga, because I'm finna sell everything for $1 billion to Universal. You know what I mean? But shh, I'll be selling my shit.
Now, what do you mean by selling? He said he was going to sell it, or what? They're selling Death Row, the new Death Row that just came?
Snoop, everything Snoop involved with, he gonna sell all that shit for $1 billion. You know, the motherfuckers cashing niggas out for their catalog. And then he sell that shit and he just start over and make new music.
I see you ain't got shit to do but hate on me, huh? In a minute, I'm but business-wise. Because you broke as a motherfucker right now, so leave me alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone, cuz.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and I reported on this about a month ago where Daz'S Dillinger and Snoop Dogg was, I guess, having a tiff. Daz'S wanted to hold on to the publishing and rights to the music that he produced for Tupac, the Dog Pound album, and several other works. And Snoop Dogg wanted him to sell over the catalog because he owns Death Row. Now, logically, if you own the label the music was produced on, I'm not saying Daz should have actually sold the music, but he should have actually made a compromise. And I was pointing out the fact that they were cousins, and it shouldn't have been nothing that either one couldn't work out. But in the previous videos you just got done seeing before I started talking, Daz said that he had copyrighted the Dog Paw on the Dog Pound album, and I guess that's subsequently been used for Snoop Dogg's album Doggy Style. It's a trademark, so he trademarked it. Snoop can't use it. Not only that, he says that Snoop tried to copyright the music that he was actually made, which I think is actually like unshady business practice, right? But if he copyrights the music, then Daz, even though he owns the publisher, can't do anything with it. And at this point, it's just getting murky. It's like these niggas couldn't figure out a compromise. This shit makes no sense. Well, Daz said what he said about not subsequently selling the music to Snoop Dogg, and I guess Snoop been sitting back in the shadows like the slimy nigga he is. And he responded back with a video telling Daz like he broke as a motherfucker and he don't want to do him dirty business wise, fuck him up business wise. And I think as family members, this has actually gone farther than it needed to go. I honestly think these niggas could have came to a resolve. I don't understand why they couldn't just come to some sort of agreement, like even 50-50. It's like, bro, I would have sold 50% of the licensing catalog to Snoop, retained the other 50% of publishing. Everybody eats. Snoop is the bigger draw and the bigger name. It makes more sense because like wherever Snoop plays the music or distributes the music, it's gonna gain a larger lion's share. And I think they could have like at least compromised on 50-50 because Daz would have made more money. In the words of somebody, and I think it was Jay-Z, it's better to make 50% of something than 100% of nothing. Now, I'm not saying Daz doesn't have a draw. He is a name. However, he's not a household name like Snoop is. Maybe the Dog Pound is, as a cultural iconic group. And I say iconic because they were at the start of the commercialization of rap music. Even though music was commercialized in the 80s, like KRS-One, Rakim's Paid in Full. At the start of Death Row Records would have to be the biggest commercialization of rap music, right? The blow up situation of the genre. And subsequently like 213 and Nate Dogg and Warren G and Eminem and so on and so forth, right? Things that are actually the branches that grew from the root. Even the East Coast doesn't have that same type of like level of commercialization until Jay-Z's Hard Knock Life, the Rough Riders, and so on and so forth. So I just think this is sad. I think it's fucked up. Snoop sitting back looking bitter, talking about he gonna fuck him up business wise, and that's your cousin. But like I said in the last episode, I don't think these niggas really like they cousins by blood, but I don't think they ever was really cool. And there's a difference from being family and being like cool with a nigga in the family. I know this firsthand. It's a bunch of bitch ass niggas in my family, and even suckers. While I love them, I hardly fuck with them. Not because they're bad people, just because we don't mix, and there's no understanding on certain simple shit. In any event, if you like this episode, you know what to do. And if you agree with my sentiment on them coming to a compromise, leave it in the comment section. If you think that Daz should have just sold the shit because Snoop is more popular, leave that in the comments. And I'm out.
No.